2020, and I have around 15 plus years of experience in different domain, not only RPA, but in different domains. Um, I like Hilti because the working culture is different. It's good. Um, Huge opportunity for me to grow this RPA practice because Hilti started their journey in 2020. So it's a lots of things to do here. So lots of new things, lots of opportunities.
Thank you very much, Sankar.
Thank you.
Move on to our introduction to Hilti. Daniel, back to you.
Okay, good. If you can move on to the next slide, please. Good. So I'm here to give a quick introduction to Hilti, who we are as a company, what we do. So first of all, I think the basics is that we are a construction tool company founded in 1942 in Liechtenstein by Martin and Eugene Hilti. So these are the founders. We're named after our founders. And the picture on the top left that you see there is essentially the garage where they founded the company. And the T17 tool on the bottom left is one of the first tools that were ever developed. So in terms of location, we are right next to Switzerland, so bordering that. So we are primarily Swiss, German based company. So that we have a lot of international divisions across the world. Please move on to the next slide, Jasmine. So since 1942, when we kick-started with our first tool, the T17 that you saw earlier, we have now grown into a global corporation that offers not only a diverse set of products, but also different software and services. So as you can see in the chart on the left here, we have different cordless systems, fire stop solutions, screw fastening, modular support systems, all these things that probably you would know about as a fresh graduate or as a student. Nevertheless, these are the tools or products that we have in the construction industry. And I think what will be interesting to you guys as IT students would be the on-check solution as one of them. So this is one of our main software solutions in order to manage our tools. And also some other services like our fleet management service, which is essentially a leasing service for our tools. So just some facts and figures on the right-hand side, nothing really too much to mention, except that we are a global company, as mentioned earlier as well, 30,000 employees in more than 120 countries. So we are quite a significant size company. Next up, Jasmine. So here is just the transition, as mentioned earlier, from our very product-based portfolio to a more software and digitalized portfolio suite. So we moved now to a total solution business model that we focus not just on our products and services, but also on the software and digital products that we can provide. Some examples below, as mentioned, for products are our regular construction tools. For our services is the fleet management service that I mentioned. So this leasing model for our tools, and the software and digitalization topics such as the on-track asset management platform, as well as our cool new drilling robot called Jybot, which is essentially a robot that drills holes on the ceiling, so you don't need to have a person on a scaffolding and holding a heavy tool to drill it. So really quite cool topics that we work on. And yes, exactly, Jasmine, you can move on to the next slide. So this is what we do as Hilti as a company. And now I'm going to talk specifically about Hilti Global IT. So the IT division essentially of Hilti, which is where me, Jasmine, Sankar, and Mel come from. Next up, Jasmine. So the whole transition of portfolio that you saw on the earlier slides, this can only be enabled by a strong IT foundation within Hilti. That means we as the IT counterparts for our business units really build a strong foundation to enable all these very digital and IT offerings at the end of the day. So if you look at our IT organizations, we have three main hubs. We have one in Central Europe, Bux, Switzerland, with satellite hubs in Kaufering, Germany, and also Paris, France. We have another hub in America, so Plano, Texas, and Tulsa, Oklahoma. And in Southeast Asia, we have a hub here in Kuala Lumpur and a satellite hub in Singapore. So we have about 500 IT members across these three different time zones working for Hilti and enabling all these data-driven and technology-related use cases. So, no, please, Jasmine, go on to the next slide. So to sum it all up, this is our structure within Hilti. We have, I would say, a very basic IT organization We have our CIO, we have our cybersecurity division, and then we have different business units such as the marketing, sales IT, product IT, supply chain IT, that relate to our business units, and all the relevant infrastructure topics and enterprise and IT architecture. The people that you will be hearing from today about RPA are under the corporate functions IT and Drive 2. So they relate a lot with, yes, exactly, RPA test automation and finance and controlling topics. So I believe that is my last slide, Jasmine. Not sure, yes, if there are any questions regarding Hilti as a company or Hilti Group IT, I will take any questions we have in the chat. So please. Otherwise, I can hand it over to you, Sankar. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. Before I start, I'd like to know that whether my voice is clear to you. Is it echoing or something? Is it fine, Jasmine?
Nope, it's
Oh,
fine.
okay. Because I don't want to use my headphone. It gives me pain. Sorry for that. Okay, guys. So as you know that today's topic is robotic process automation, and I'm gonna give you some overview. So I don't know what knowledge you already have about the product. So I have created the presentation as if like you don't know anything about this, and we are gonna start and learn about this product. Okay. So at any point you have any question, you can drop a message. Akmal is there, he can answer it. Otherwise, Jasmine or Daniel can stop me and I can answer on behalf of them. Okay. So Jasmine, please move to the next slide, or you want me to control? Okay, I think it's fine. So there is basically three main topics we are going to discuss here: what, why, and how. So basically, what is RPA and what we do with the RPA, those kind of questions we will answer. Then why RPA and not other tools, or not other methods, that we'll understand. And then finally, how it works. Obviously, when we know about what and why, the only thing left is how, where we will give you a demo and we'll show you walkthrough with the code and all. Okay. And after that, I'll share you some links where you can go and pretty much download the softwares. Most of them are free, and you can practice on your own and get certified. Most of the certifications are also free, and you can do that. Next slide, please. Okay, so before I understand or before we understand what RPA or robotic automation is, better let's understand what is not robotic automation, what we are not going to discuss. I think okay. So first thing is that can I take control? I think is it okay?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Okay. So now this is you might be thinking that the robotic process automation might be this, might be this, might be something like this, or might be like a dog or something, a robot standing next to you. So production line robots, assembly line robots, robots used in medical work, and hardware robots. Any hardware robot basically is not RPA that we are going to talk about today. Okay, so don't mix it up that we are going to talk about any of these robots during today's discussion. So what actually RPA is? Now that is the question. So let me show you what RPA is. RPA is basically a software, just like any other software in your machine or your laptop or where or even in your phone. RPA is like that. It gives a interface something like this where you can drag and drop and create your logic flow, and then you can make it run. Okay, so RPA is basically a software. It mimic human action and it does it work. So we are not going to talk about hardware robot. We are going to talk about software robots. And basically this is what we call RPA in today's market. I'm going to the so what is RPA in a nutshell, if you ask me? So okay.
Oh, sorry about that, Sankar. Yeah.
No worries, no worries. So I'm just taking control from you. So this is I have taken from wiki. So robotic process automation or RPA is a form of business process automation technology where software is used to mimic human action.
So basically, we have a software, or these softwares that we are going to use for RPA, basically they mimic human action. Again, don't confuse yourself. I'm not talking about mimicking like this. Obviously, I cannot do this, or no software can do it. Rather, what we are trying to say is like this. So it can navigate, it can click, it can type, it can copy paste, it can do something that you can do using mouse and keyboard. Okay, so RPA softwares are basically mimicking human action that you can do using keyboard, mouse, and clipboard. Okay, so this is exactly the RPAs. Now there are actually, I have given few names here, but there are more than, I think, 10-20 names available in the market. If you have seen it, or if you follow RPA, or you are willing to learn about it, you can choose any of these tools. But these are the market leaders, if you ask me. I prefer UiPath because the tool is free. You can download the community version easily. They have a very good learning material which you can access it without any pay. So it is free for use, and then the certification that is also included in this one. So Hilti uses this tool. So UiPath is one of the tool Hilti uses at this moment. Apart from that, we have Automation Anywhere, we have software from NICE, Blue Prism, and then finally one product from SAP, that is called SAP's IRPA. So Hilti's long-term goal is to go with SAP because SAP IRPA goes very well with any SAP related product. And Hilti is a premier customer of SAP, and we have long engagement. So most of our product that we use in our business is SAP. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide. I hope that we have no questions till this point. But Akmal, in case something comes, just let me know. So I know I seen many people ask me that what is the opportunity before we learn. Do you know what is the opportunity of this RPA? So this is just data I have taken from the Gartner website, and if you see the revenue in 2019 is 1.4 billion basically, which is 62% growth from previous year. So which is means quite a substantial growth. Obviously to 2020 you cannot consider this one because of pandemic, but then also around 12% growth you can see it. And in 2021 they are expecting around 19% growth. So if you understand these growth figures, obviously in another 5 years time this figure will go drastically high. Obviously if this figure goes, means this is the investment that the companies are doing in this field. Obviously the investment is not going for the tool only, but also in the capabilities. So they are trying to build the capabilities who will manage these tools, who will automate the things and those kind of things. So the demand of this field, as well as the people who are expertise in this field, is keep on increasing. Okay, so this is just to give you a view that how the market trend is. So in the next 5 years, what is expected out of it? If you are really investing your time, whether you will get some output out of this one. Okay, and you might have heard that digital transformation is something that is moving in the market right now, and this is the part of actually digital transformation. So, so this is an important aspect. Let's move on. If I'm fast, generally I speak very fast. So if you feel that, okay, you cannot follow me, please raise your hand so that I'll slow down.
Yeah, sorry, Sankar, I think there's one question by
Yeah.
Noel asking what is actually SAP?
SAP, wow. Okay. What is actually SAP? SAP is a company which has a CRM solution, or SAP has lots of product, ERP solution. There are many. This is a company actually, and most of the business work. So what happens is that you think of a business. So say think of Hilti. Hilti has customers. We need to maintain the customer details, right? Because it's a global company, there are so many customers, and every customer is buying tool here and there. So there is a centralized something is required, software is required, which manage every customer's data, invoicing, their payment, their release, their tool, those kind of things. Okay, so we use actually SAP's system to do that. So ERP is basically enterprise. What is that stand for? Full, I forgot that. So ERP is to manage the customer data. So this is the system that used heavily, and SAP is there for quite long time, and it's a very well-known company. And yeah, so this is a giant, you can say. Like Microsoft, Google, SAP is one of the giants. Though we do not use it regularly, but for business, SAP is something like Microsoft and Google. Okay, so I
Thank you,
hope
Sankar.
I answered that question. Yeah, thank you, Jasmine. Okay, let's move on. So we are done with what is RPA. This admit option is a little bit annoying actually. What is RPA? So now we are going to move with why is RPA? Why we want to do RPA? Whether we don't have any other solution left, that's why you wanted to do RPA, or what exactly the reason is. So let's deep dive into that and understand that how RPA stand out from the traditional programming. Okay, many people already know C Sharp, Java, Node.js, and many more languages, Python and all. Why we suddenly start a new learning a new product called RPA? What the advantages? Okay, so this is exactly what we wanted to understand, and we'll show you when we'll come to the demo. We'll prove that each of these things is not easy to do using traditional programming. Okay, so let's understand what okay um, the process developed by RPA tools is to mimic human action using keyboard, mouse, um, and clipboard, which eliminates the need of back-end integration. So what I mean by back-end integration, so say you went to bank, Maybank, and you wanted to develop an application for Maybank, where you need to get some information related to customer. How you can do it? You need to access their database or something where it store the data. Do you think it is easy to get it? No. Because why the Maybank will easily give you access to their customer database? It's not so easy. So you need a back-end integration before you can do something in traditional programming. Whereas in RPA, you don't need to do it. So say I have a different way of accessing the data. So I can use that method to get data out of the system. So I'll show you those example later, but to achieve the same thing in traditional programming, sorry, this admit is keep on coming. Okay, so in the traditional programming, to achieve the same action, you need API, backend integration like database and etc. Okay, there is no shortcut there. Any process development take lesser time as the number of parties required to get involved is less. So why I'm saying this? Say you went to a business, say Hilti, and the business says that I have a process, and say I'm the business guy. I'll give you say process that I have to perform this. Once the customer invoice come, I have to take down the customer details and the amount and the product details, and then put it in an Excel file. Okay, so this is my requirement. For this specific or small requirement, you cannot go for traditional programming. That will become too costly. Whereas with RPA, it is very easy to implement because RPA is enough to start the work or build the process with this much of knowledge. They don't even need to know where this information is coming from or something. So till the point the information is available to the software, it can do this task very easily. Okay, so whereas the same thing, if you wanted to do it in a traditional programming way, it takes loads of planning. So you have to follow the SDLC, the standard software development life cycle you have to follow. Means you have to engage with a team, then require lots of other steps to follow. There will be rigorous testing, then beta, then so it's a long process. So if you wanted to get it done something very quickly, it is more easier to do it in RPA than as compared to traditional program. Okay. um, Adoption is faster, as you can start taking benefit faster with RPA, and it is cost effective because the delivery timeline is very small. So a RPA software can be processed with say medium complexity, can be developed in um, 4 to 6 weeks, and then if you add some more time, so basically your process will be in production. So it is quite fast to go in production. So you have given the requirement today, and within 6 to 7 weeks time you will have that requirement in production, which is a quite small timeline if you consider traditional programming. Traditional programming require planning and lots of sprints to get the actual thing done. Adoption takes time, as the process needs more time before you realize the benefit. Okay, so this is the basic difference, but I'll come to this all these points again when I'll show you the demo. Okay, I'll just move on to the next slide, and though I'm clicking, it's not working. Okay. Okay, then we wanted to know how RPA changed the work. Okay, so there is a small video. I'm not sure. Yasmin, you can take control and play it. So how this RPA came into picture. So this is one of the video from UiPath. Pretty interesting that how people thought of RPA suddenly. And I think I'll release the control. You then take it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, Sankar. I think the video is not playable.
Is it? Okay.
Perhaps.
No worries. Okay. So if you're okay, if you want, I can also play it from my end, but it's okay. I think it's giving a message. Let me know if you are not able to do it. Otherwise, I'll just play it from my end. Is it able to play it? No.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Okay. No worries, no worries. I'll share my screen then quickly, and I'll play the same thing. Give me 1 second. Just opening this one. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, no worries. So, okay. Sharing my screen. Let me know if you can see it.
Yes, we can see it now.
Okay. So I'll just go. Okay. So as usual, I hope that it will open. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time ago, on a Monday, which was handy. For as long as history itself, the humans needed to work. They wanted to work, to grow things and create things and build things, to see what they were capable of, to stand at day's end and say, I did that, which felt pretty good. So they worked more, built more, and created more, and traveled to far-off places. And then someone suggested submitting expense reports for those far-off places. His name was Glenn, and he was a jackass. Anyway, the people kept getting better at work. They built better tools to work more efficiently. They built amazing machines to work faster. They built computers to work smarter. But still, they couldn't do enough work. Because during all that work to do more work, they had created work, and not the good kind. Not the let's sit around and come up with ideas kind. Not the I can't wait to get to work so I can jump into a new project kind. The crap kind. The drudge and data and admin and the damned expense reports. So the humans had to work more at work they didn't like. That made them robotic. That didn't inspire. They had to postpone vacations. They had to miss family dinners. They were pissed. And then something happened. Someone had a really amazing idea. They came into work and said, stop working and start working. The humans thought she might have had wine at lunch, so she showed them a way to put the fun back into work, to waste less time doing the things they hated, to make more efficient the big tasks, to stop making the humans act like robots and start teaching the robots to learn the humans. Not to replace people, but to free them. Even Glenn. Robots that learn you. Imagine the potential, like starting over, to help us remember again that work only really works when we're happy at it.
So basically, guys, I'll just release the control, I think, stop presenting. So I hope that you guys can hear the sound. You guys got the sound. So what it means is that, guys, it really makes sense what the last message is. Um, if you ask anyone what you prefer to do, they definitely the answer would be that I like to do I wanted to do more what I like. It's not that anything. And there are still, I'm telling you, these industries, whatever industry it is not with Hilti only. Anywhere you go to any bank or other institution, there are lots of this kind of work is there. Because when we are automating and when these things runs, we understand that this is no brainer, means anybody can do it, and it is so repetitive that they should not do it. So that's where the things keep changing. People started thinking, okay, how to replace the work, how to change the work, and that is how the RPA concept came into picture. Okay, so I hope it gives you some idea, but yeah. Let's move on to the next slide. Yeah. So now the thing is that the RPA was started. RPA, this product came into market quite long now, and as the demand increases, what happened is that more and more things getting added. So now the RPA is no more called an RPA; it's called intelligent automation. Okay, how it become intelligent? Okay, so now you can see, if you do understand this one, you see that artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, NLP, machine vision, speech to text, text to speech, robotics, rule based reasoning, these kind of things, these are the additional features or skills getting added to the traditional product. So the UI path that you are going to learn, if you start 5 years down before, like when I started, it was a different product altogether. It didn't have so many features like it has today. It has AI fabric, it has machine learning capability. We have it can consume any AI service available in the market, like it can communicate with the Google Vision or Microsoft Vision APIs, those kind of things. There are lots of cool things it can do, this small software. Okay, so right now what is going on is that more and more skills are getting added to the small software, which was earlier known as RPA, and now it is going towards a phase called intelligent automation. It is not the end, just to let you know. There is another evolution happening, because it is going towards something that is called hyper automation. So pretty soon, might be another 3-4 years, this product will change or evolve so much that will reach to that point. Okay, pretty interesting. So you can do all those things using this software. I'll move on. If there is any question, I think, is it, I'll just quickly check the, okay, there is no more questions, so let's move on. Okay, so how industry like Hilti takes this journey? Okay, so in level one, when people come up or start this journey or this digital transformation journey, you can say they start, they just do minimal automation. Means here and there, say my department, I found one job is not running fine, let's automate that one. And then they run it into their department only and take the benefit. Okay, that is a very first step where productivity gain is 5% maximum. Okay, then as soon as somebody sees my department, oh, these guys are doing RPA, oh, it's good, they're doing good things, so let's I have a use case, let's build that one also. So that way other departments start doing the same thing. So then we reach to the level 2 where we reach to 5 to 10%. Then from the organization level, people accept that okay, RPA is something that is should be considered and should be included in the management goal for next few years or down the line, or you can say digital transformation journey. Then it becomes more systematic when the company or the organization reach level 3. Then they have a specific target, like this year we'll automate 5 processes, and then something like this. And then what happened is that once we automate, people will get engaged with us, they understand the RPA. Oh, like this, okay, RPA is not a robot that is going to sit next to me, but rather a software that is going to run and just do some work. And we still have to do some managerial work, you can say, to manage the RPA, manage this robot, to evaluate their work and something like that. So the people's mindset starts changing. Then basically we'll reach to the level 4 where the RPA become institutionalized. So basically what happens, everybody understand what RPA is, so they proactively come and then they give feedback, okay, I know that this process should be automated, and this they start contributing to the technical team. And in the level 5, which is the maximum, where we reach this one become a habit, people from every region start participating in this. We have COE and other stuff in place, and then we started using all the latest technologies. That is the end goal basically. So that is the level 5 of this journey. It doesn't happen in one day. Definitely first day if you start the RPA and you think that it's gonna happen, then it's not that. Jasmine, I quickly like to check with you how much time we have left.
Yep, we have 10 minutes left, sorry.
Okay, so I'll check. Okay, stop me if I cross the 10 minutes.
Yep.
Okay, so there is a demo here. This demo is showing some automation using UiPath and WhatsApp web. Okay, so what happened is that somebody will send a message, and this bot, the bot is actually at the bottom. You see this blue triangle. This is built with Blue Prism. So this is the agent. This is a software that runs, and I have created a project or a process which actually does this one. So if I start this one, I think it is running. Yeah. So somebody send a message like, hi Abba. So the bot used to respond back like this. So see, it is doing like this. Now, if you understand this, think about the backend or think about the target application. What is it? It's WhatsApp. Did I buy or purchase any SDK from WhatsApp? No. Did I have any collaboration with WhatsApp? No. I did everything using the front end mouse click and keyboard, or mouse and clipboard. These are few things I used. Now you see it is taking a screenshot of the page and it is sending. Think the same thing you are doing using traditional application. Will you be able to do it this way? No, because then you need to have the API required for connecting with WhatsApp. You cannot do it like this. I built it in say a few hours time. The same thing, if I ask you that, okay, you use Python, C#, Java, whatever you prefer, can you do it? It's gonna, you just keep thinking and you'll not be able to give me an answer so easily. So that's the beauty, and that's where the RPA stand out from the traditional development. So it doesn't need any backend to be integrated. But it is not that the RPA cannot integrate with backend. It can access database. It can do whatever a standard software can do, because this is built with some language, um, some latest language like C Sharp, Java, and all. So it can do everything. Okay. I think for some reason the video stopped, but this is what the motto was. I think I clicked it. Okay. So now this robot actually, when I built it, it is supposed to give you three features. First is searching something in Lazada. Second is that converting something in Bahasa, and finally it will play a quiz. These are the three features I had given, and it took me say a few hours only to build this one. Now that's the beauty of this one. So this one was created for a road show. So I created, and I just did that, and it went well. We'll see about this more after the break. And but before the break, I would like you to note down the number that you might need to. So we have a robot similar to this one. Not all these features are there, but we have a bot which I'll show you. And this is the number of the bot, and this is what you need to send to the bot. And after the break, I think we can we can run this bot and see how that bot works, and then I'll give you a walkthrough of the code. Any questions so far? We have another 5 minutes, if I'm not wrong.
Yep, there's no questions so far in the chat, but students feel free to unmute and ask, or maybe lecturers. Yeah. Yeah, if there's none, perhaps we can go for a break. And sorry, Sankar, you mean this number will be then uh, the students and lecturer, they can send WhatsApp to this number, and then we
Yes.
would, yeah.
Yeah. This is the number I have taken just for this purpose only. So this is not my personal number. Sorry. So anybody can send a message. I got one message, so I'll just wait for a few messages before after the break. I think we'll start this one. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everyone. Sorry, we will have a break and we will come back again at 2:55. Feel free to drop any questions as well. Hi everyone. Yes, Sankar, if you're ready.
Hi, I'm back. Sorry, I just was talking on mute.
Yeah, no worries.
So I'm ready from my end. So let me share my screen. I think there is one request to show a business case demo. So I have few business case demo recorded, so I can show it to you. And let me share my screen, and then we'll start with the demo part. I'll
Thank you.
sign. So let me see, anybody send any message or not? Um, yeah, we received three messages. I think one of them was deleted, but it's okay. So I'll just run it, and yep. So sorry, I opened Chrome. Let me know you can see my screen or not.
Yeah, we can see now.
Okay. So this is the software UiPath where I built this demo. Okay. So I'm just running it here, so, and we'll later on I'll give you a walkthrough, and I'll show you some actual business process as well. Okay. So let me. Okay. So what it is gonna do is that it is gonna ask you some quiz related to Malaysia and some funny questions also. So let it start. I think I started in a run mode. 1 second. Just okay. So basically it is gonna open WhatsApp web. So you see this is the robot actually. Okay. And as I created the process, it is gonna um, first launch Chrome with WhatsApp web, and it is gonna log into the number that I have shared with you earlier, and I have received three messages only, and it will wait for, there is a blue message that will appear, so it will wait for that because sometimes it takes time to get loaded. So now it picks up the first chat, and um, it is gonna ask some questions. So, and you will get 15 seconds to answer this one. The funny question, not sure whether you can answer it or not, but you have 15 seconds. Um, am I okay? The person answered. It timed out actually. I think you guys need to be a little bit faster, then otherwise your 15-second timeout will happen. Now you see that the next person has given hi, but the bot is not reading. So the bot is coded in a way is that once it is done with all the list, it will restart the Chrome again. Sorry, restart the browser so that it can read all the unread messages again. So now I think it is gonna take the, yep. Now let's see which one it takes. So it doesn't take hi bot, it's take Hilti bot. So if you can write hi Hilti bot, I think it will be fine. Anybody else like to give it a try? Yeah, I think somebody sent, but I think it'll give it a try in few seconds. So it is gonna check every message and see whether who has sent a high healthy bot. I think we should have been fine, but I think the robot will do a mistake now because yeah, it was actually asking A, B, or C. So if you it cannot take, but you can program it. But unfortunately, the program is written in a way that it will accept A, B, or C. No worries, you can give it a try again. It's not a big deal. And the rest of the guys will be it will respond, I think, in next run. One small request to Jasmine, let me know if the time is over, then we'll stop it. Means how much time we have, let me know, because for the demo also I need for the code work, so I need some time.
Yeah, we have 40 minutes.
Okay, so I think fine. So once this set of people are answered by the bot, let's see, we can understand the code. And I got one request to show a production bot, so I'll just show it to you.
Yep. Thank you.
So it is, I have kept 15 second. I have created a hard stop. So it is, even though you reply early, it is gonna wait. Um, you can do it better actually. I can do it better way, but for demo purpose, I just let it wait for 15 seconds. Uh-oh, I think it is not loading. So the robot might misbehave. It is trying to click it, and you can see that it is loading something. And so the robot is not programmed to handle it, so it will misbehave here. Okay, so I think pretty much you understand what see it's just closed it, and it will it will it will restart it. So what I have done is that for the time being I just handled the errors and just I moved on with the new one. Okay, the robot got the sticker also. So yeah, I think it is gonna read all those things again, and we'll close this demo. I hope you understand what it is going on or what it is doing. Now I'll show you that how much time it takes to build such robot. Okay. So no, it is I think Kinabalu if I'm not wrong. If you are angry, I think it is Kinabalu, but I'm not sure. You guys can answer better, but I think Kinabalu is the correct answer. It's not C, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so I think that's it, guys, for the demo part. Now, as you guys requested, I have three processes. So I wanted to show one of the process to you. These two processes are very interesting. I'm just playing one of them. Let's see whether you like it or not. And let me know if you have any other feedback or if you like to know, see both of them. So this is called payment allocation process. So what happens is that, let me give you a brief first before I start. So what happened is that Hilti receive, there is a team, finance team, payment allocation team, they download the bank statement from different banks. So, and then what happened is that they match that amounts and the name of the payer with the entries in SAP. So I told you that we have a CRM system or ERP system where all customer data, their purchase and other details are maintained. Say I am the person, Shankar, I purchased a Hilti drill machine. Okay, and I now paid. I said that okay, I paid to Citibank or Maybank. So what they do is that they download the Maybank statement and they have to match these two. This Shankar, this amount is paid. So they will mark it as green. That means yeah, this is correct. And the bot is going to help them to do that. That is what the process is all about. Okay, so it is matching the payment that is showing in the bank statement with the payment that is available in Hilti system. Okay, I hope that part is little bit clear, and I am keeping the sound on because it is telling, it will show you what it is doing.
Hi everyone, let me demonstrate the execution of bot for PAP process. For demo purpose, I have kept only one allocation ID open so that bot will execute that and you can see how it performs that. So basically bot is going to start with Serbia tenant. It is going to launch the BID and then it will use the login IDs to log into the tenant. Once it logs in, it will go to the payment allocation option. In payment allocation option, it is gonna change the view first and then select a specific query that is designed for RPA or robot. Now only one allocation ID that is open, 4001. This allocation ID doesn't have a customer or supplier ID. So earlier when the process was built, it was only able to get those information from allocation file, which later on we found that it is quite complicated for the SMEs to provide. So right now the robot has new capabilities, so it can search in open items and as well as it can do name-based search to get the names. So right now what robot is doing is that it is searching the open items. If it finds a single match, then it is going to pick up that. If it doesn't find, then it is basically go for the customer supplier ID search, and it will do a smart search and it will select the ID that is matching. Once the customer is found, the next step is to do the allocation. So robot does that by downloading the documents and then finding out the combination that will give the correct open amount. Now robot is calculating which open amounts or documents is gonna match the total open amount. Now it is going to select one by one documents and you will see that the open amount is going near to 0. So it has become 12,000 now. Now
And
it
see
is
it
the
at the
third one.
top of the screen. Here exactly the open amount is showing up. Okay. So basically it is selecting all the invoices which will match.
So now with third one, the open amount becomes 0. And that is the end of the execution. Now robot is going to post it. And once the posting is done, it will verify that it is successfully posted. And once it is done, it is going to send a well formatted email. And that will mark the end of the execution of the robot.
I'm not sure how much you understand it, but I hope that this will suffice. But if you still, how much time we have, I don't know, but I wanted to show you something that is very interesting. This is one of the process that
Everyone, so as promised, I have created.
this is one of the demos or that business asked me to create, and which is pretty interesting one. And I like to show you before I give you some hands-on. Okay.
The demo. And but before I start the demo, I like to give you an idea that what I'm trying to showcase here. So I have received some scanned documents from Sanimir yesterday, and the documents are like this. And if you see, mostly it has two barcodes, and the target is that the robot is supposed to read the first barcode and rename the file as per the barcode.
Basically, these are some delivery slips. So the customer has given to me in a scanned format, and you see that it has two barcodes, and the first barcode is the actual number. So you see this 79703 is the actual this barcode. So what we have to do, target is to read the barcode and rename this specific file with this number 79730, and that is what the customer wanted.
We have some good examples and we have some bad examples. This is one of the bad examples. So we'll see how the robot behaves, which one it can rename and which one it cannot. So overall we have 180 files in this folder, and once it is renamed it should be extracted to this folder. Okay, and we'll see how the system is gonna behave. Okay, let's give it a try with the robot and see how the behavior is. This is not the best robot, but somehow it's okay for us to work. So here it will dump the files. We'll see it. You see it is already dumping. And actually you can see the details in here that how it is doing it, which file is getting converted. Now how accurate it is doing, I'm not sure. I need to do this testing, but I'll share the details with you. But
Basically, if you look at the speed, that means this in this speed it is just reading the barcode and renaming it. And it is not so easy because the page contains two barcodes. So what I have done is that I break the page into two parts and read the first barcode only. And then I verify that barcode is the actual number I'm looking for or not. If that is not the one, then I'm just sending it to the folder. But if you understand this one, this is a scan page. It is not so easy to do this kind of work.
more or less I found that it is okay. Um, at least 60-70% is okay, but correct.
And just
So
move
you
on
see 75814 and it is 758.
little further. So now I'm just verifying, and if you look at the name of the file and the image, it is exactly fine. So you see this one is wrong. This is not renamed properly. So there are errors are also there. So so depending on the type of file. So this barcode is different. So I hope that you get an idea that what kind of business process people use it. But I would love to hear from you in case you have any before I start the actual demo. Sorry, code walkthrough.
Yeah,
Anything?
Sankar. Sorry,
There's
Amo.
a question here. Yeah, there's a question from Mivu here. It's asking, once these ad hoc or opportunistic RPA tools being produced, how to make it systematic and integrated with SAP as for the main Hilti platform.
Can you show me the question is in here or somewhere else?
Yeah,
Yes,
Sankar.
it's there.
Okay. Okay. Once this, okay. Sorry. once this ad hoc or opportunities RPA tool being produced, how to make it systematic and integrated with S4. So as I told you, this is how. So SAP, you already got an idea here how the SAP look like. So this is the SAP web version. We call it SAP by design. Okay, and there is one more available, that is SAP, which is actually, what do you call it, thick client. I have that also, but more or less the integration goes like this, like a human does. It goes like this. We don't need to do any other things apart from handling on the scenarios, following the business logic and everything like that. Sorry for that. Let me open the questions. Was here demonstrating how the robot replaced the huge human teeth. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You can understand that it is not so easy to do it, and if you look at the speed, you'll understand that where it actually, and that also done in a casual way. Just they wanted to understand that whether this can be done or not, and within I think 15-20 minutes, I build up some this kind of way. 4010 demo shown how the integration process works. Yeah, yeah. Yes, correct, correct. Absolutely right. This is the actual production run that I have captured for the business to understand. This is the very first process that went live in Hilti, and then I had to record it and then give it to the business so that they can understand how the robot works like, because they didn't have any idea how we are doing it. So there is no API. Just like if you notice it, it's just like a human. It launched the browser, it typed the things, it follows the human actions. Okay, on top of that, is it has this kind of capabilities also, like AI capability. Like here you saw that we are extracting the barcode. Those kind of capabilities are there. Without much hassle, you can achieve this kind of programming. Just to let you know, it's not complicated. So guys, as the time is limited, I'm gonna go and show you how one small demo works. So I'm gonna create a small flow in front of you. Okay, and give it a name like demo, and then I create a new sequence. Okay, just show you. So I'm gonna do something called Lazada, and what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna use something called recording. Okay, this is one of the cool features that this tool provides, where you record the action and then you program, put the logic in and do it. You can do it without this also, but this is the easiest way of doing it. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go to Lazada. Okay. Oh, yeah. So let me start at recording. Oh, let me click open browser. So I'll say okay. Then I'm going to type and then special key enter. And as soon as I hit enter, so it knows what to do. And then I click on, then I'll wait for this page to open. So I'll click on this button. It is saying that, do you like to put an anchor? Anchor means some reference point. I wanted to use an anchor. If I say that I want to use an anchor, I'm gonna select this one as an anchor, or I'll select this text as an anchor. Anchor means which will be available all the time. With respect to this, it will try to find out that specific. So you see it clicked this one. As soon as it clicked, so it opened this page. Now once this page is done, now I'm gonna escape it. As soon as I'm done with the escape, it will come come back to this screen again. Now what we are doing is that we need to yeah, let's save this one. Let's see what happens. So see, my program is more or less ready. So it is gonna open launch Lazada, then it is gonna enter this one, and then finally it will go to the list view. If I run it right now, the system will not work. It will not work. You see what will happen if I run it as it is. So I'll just run it like this, and you see what is gonna. Okay, I think it is running the main function. 1 second. So we are running the Lazada, and you'll see that it is not gonna do this one, and it will error out if I'm not wrong. Let's see. So you see there is one problem here. It is not able to take the enter here. Okay, so we have to fix this one. And obviously when it is not able to press enter, it is not gonna able to do the next step as well. So it will pretty much error out here in the anchor saying that okay, we could not able to find it. Okay, so let's fix this issue one by one. So we'll keep it as laptop. Okay, and then as I told you, we first record it and then we just extend it as per our wish. So now if I have to, where is my Lazada gone? Okay, let me enter Lazada again. So I'll show you how we generally do it, and then I'll show you the coolest part of this development. Now we have to click this button, right? So yes, so we'll click this button, and then it is supposed to come here and go to this page. Let's then finally let's close the Lazada. I'll put a delay and then close the Lazada. I'll put some delay and then close window. Okay, so I hope that you guys able to understand or follow. We are not doing anything but just a simple record and play. Let's run file. I'll just run this file again. Okay, our robot started. This is the indication that the robot is started. Robot has started, and then it is gonna launch Lazada, and then it is gonna type laptop now, and it is gonna hit the search button. Now you can see it, and then it is gonna click on the view button if it is. I don't think it is gonna do it. Yeah, it is. It clicked the view button, but it didn't work. So it clicked a wrong button there. Apart from that, rest of the things were okay. It is supposed to click the button, but it didn't do that. So rest of the things are okay. Now I'm showing you something uh, that is also a capability and which you can easily use using this tool. It is not with this tool. Other tools also have the similar kind of feature, but as this tool is with me, so I'm just showing it here. Okay. So this is one of the cool features. This is called screen scraping, where we extract the screen information. You have to click on data scraping, click next. You have to tell what is the information that you are capturing. Then you have to tell this is, you have to show two patterns, so it is not able to do it. So let's start again. So it is not able to do it because there is no pattern it is able to find it. So let me try with the price first. For the time being, I'll just show you how there is a way to do the other one also. So you see it is it got this column one. You can pretty much call it as price, and you see all the price is extracted. So we just pointed on two prices and it actually extracted all this information, just to let you know. Let's do this exercise. I think it goes very good. Try with Amazon.com. Just for it is not that you cannot do it in Lazada. Anything you can do it. I think it is much easier to get it from Amazon because of this view. So let's do the same exercise again. So I'll just go back. I'll just cancel this one. And then data scraping. Next. We got all the data here. Now extract correlated data. Now we are going to get the price. So you see it is extracting the data quite easily. So if I say that it expand multi-page, it will ask me that okay, if it is multi-page data, then how to go to page 2. So all we need to do is that we have to select yes here and we have to give this one and it will extract the data from there. It is that easy to get this data like this. But before I proceed, I wanted to know how much time left, Jasmine. 2 minutes.
No, we have until 3:40.
Okay, so we still have time. I'm gonna do this data scraping one more time because the actual data is not here. Actual data is here. Um, uh, Here. So if I use the earlier one, it will not able to scrape properly. So let me select the first one, select the second one, and next, and now let me get the price. You might be thinking I'm not taking the cent, but you can take the cent separately. And if I click finish, it will ask me that yes. I select the next. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna get 100 laptops details. Okay, from this page. If I run this, it will store all the data in extracted data table. Now let me show you what will happen if I run it as it is. So the bot will start here. For some reason the okay, it started. So you see, it is automatically going to the other page, navigating. So basically, I don't need to do any navigation, but bot knows how to navigate from one page to another. Did I build a logic? No. How many times it will do? As I said, we wanted to get the first 100 list. So it is going to get a list of 100 laptops and give me that list. So pretty much we got a working bot which will extract 100 laptops from a website like this. Now, if you ask me that can you store the data, it is very easy. I'm going to show you that in few minutes, that how to store the same data in an Excel file and then do further processing. So this process or this method is called screen scraping or data scraping. So where we take the data out, correlated data out. It looks similar, so it will. So that's why it asked me that okay, point to the first one, point to the second one. It will correlate, so it will understand. Okay, so this is how the first line goes. This is how the second line goes, and it will understand. Now it can read the whole page as well as subsequent pages. So it is navigating on its own, and after navigation it is reading all the list there. Okay, so as we have given 100, I think it should stop now. So our robot will stop. Supposed to be yeah, the next button is not there anymore, so it is not gonna work anymore. Okay, so we reached to the last page actually, and that's why it didn't able to move to the next one. Now let's see, we take the data out like this. Can we save it? How tough it is. But before that, let me make it little small so that we can get it faster. So we are going to read only 20. Maximum record that we are laptop details that we are reading is 20. Okay, now there is an option called write. Okay, yes, so I'm gonna write this to an Excel file. Okay, let's put give name like it is not taking because the file itself is not there. So I have to create a file, new file. And what data we are going to put? This extracted data. So it's a table, and that's it. So let's now try the same thing with this one, but now we are going to go to the page 1 first, and then we are going to do it, and we'll see what is the output of this simple activity. We will put some headers also. Okay, and run file. Let's see what happens. I think somebody has question. I'll just take it in few seconds, or otherwise you can unmute and tell me the question.
Nope, Sankar, we do not have a question. Yeah,
Okay,
thank
that's
you.
okay. Thank you. Okay. This is happening why, now it is not working. If you understand that 2 minutes back it was working and now it is not working, this is called tuning. So if you come here, this is called selected or tuning. Now you have this details Amazon laptop. If your A is not that, it will not work. So it is taking this one, and if I validate, it is not validating. So what I need to do is that I have to click this one and repair. Now see Amazon.com star laptop. Okay, now this is done. Let me just edit selector. Let's see whether it's validated. That means it can find it out. So this is called a tuning of selector or the criteria. So when when the robot run, it requires some inputs to identify an element on screen. So here, so it is done. It just flash of a second, it extracted the data. Now if I go to desktop, I should be having that Amazon laptop, and already it's UC 9 KB. So let's see what it actually drop in that.
Yeah, Sankar, we have a question.
Yep.
That does RPA require high-end computers?
No, this is my laptop. My laptop is not a very high-end computer. The minimum requirement, if I'm not wrong, is 2 gigabytes of memory and I think 10 GB RAM, gigabytes of RAM. Sorry, hard drive. 10 gigabytes of hard drive space and 2 gigabytes of RAM or memory. So you see now it already extracted all those details, and you get the prices also. And like that you can pull pretty long list as well, and you can do many things. So yeah. So that is pretty much what I have, guys, as a demo. If you like to see something, or if you have any specific question, or you want me to do some demo on something, you can let me know. I can do it and show you how it is done using RPA. Otherwise, we'll move on to the next section. Yep, absolutely, absolutely. So if you understand it properly, no, it's not like Lazada cannot work, but you need to do a little bit of more tuning, or you have to manually do it. It's not that you cannot do Lazada, you can only do Amazon. It's absolutely not that. So it require a little bit of time, and yeah, that's the only thing. But you can understand doing the same thing if you go for Python, if might be a C sharp or something, it's not so easy. Not so easy. You need to have a planning or scraping or other things. These tools are built in a way that it will facilitate you to do this specific type of work very quickly, like reading email, sending email, doing something like reading a file and then renaming it, and then you can extend the capability. Right, you see that I wrote the Excel file, but you didn't even see the Excel, right? So it is a flash of a second it happened. So it is not that it is not using API, it also capable of using. So when it is when I'm writing it into Excel file, basically it is using Office APIs or Office SDKs, but the tool itself is built in a way that you don't need to think of it. Okay, if there is no other, I think no problem. If there is no other question, then let's give it back to Jasmine.
Yep. Thank you, Sankar. I think we have one last segment.
Yep. So, so guys, as I told you that there are many tools, there are many leaders in the market like UiPath, Automation Anywhere, SAP IRPA, Blue Prism, or if you have any other choice, it's not something like that. You have to do this one. Every software that you use has some pros and cons, but good thing is that most of them has free software, so you can pretty much download them, learn on your own. Why I'm stressing on UiPath is that their course materials are very good. Means you can pretty much follow them, and you can get certified without paying a single penny. Their certifications is also free. Yep. So that's a pretty cool thing. So but if you wanted to explore more on Automation Anywhere or SAP's IRPA, I have given the links also. So please use those links if you are interested, if you feel that this is something really cool and you think that you like to pursue this field, then please use these links. Okay. I
Yep.
think that's it from my side, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I can also include the link perhaps to send out to the students later.
Okay. Thank you, Jasmine.
Thank you, Sankar. We will now go into our Q&A session if there's any further questions. Feel free to unmute or type the questions in the chat as well. Seems like if there's no other questions, then we will move on to our feedback form here. Oh yeah, we have one question from Noel.
Yes. So it's not RPA is there for a long time. How it came actually. It came from automation testing. So I'm not sure you guys know it or not. There is a product called Selenium. So Selenium is one of the tools. It was used in test automation. That is on also another field and technology, you can say. So what people do in test automation is that they do exactly like RPA, but not for business process, but for testing an application. Say you create a web page and you wanted to check the login log off functionality. So these tools, test automation tools, what they do is that they will continuously log in and log out, log in and log out, and they keep on doing it and then give you a report like, okay, I tested 1,000 times and it worked fine. So those kind of things are done by test automation team. So they check the flow is correct or not, those things. And the famous software in them is Selenium. Right now, no more used that way, but Selenium is the first product. And then finally what happened from Selenium, it evolved to RPA. So people started taking the concept, when they can do this test automation, why not make it more robust, have some control over the process, get more reports and all, make it little bit user friendly, drag and drop option. Those kind of things came and then RPA started. So RPA in market that way is not very long, around I think 5-6 years, or little bit more might be. I don't know the exact time frame, but it is not there for quite long. It is just started, but it is booming drastically. Thank you, Noel.
Thank you, Noel. Thank you, Sankar, as well. We have another question from Amy. Any universities in Malaysia used RPA? Do you mean like any RPA courses or from what we understand that actually TAUC has one subject of RPA and therefore
Okay. Yeah, okay. So there, okay. So just to let you know, in Malaysia, there are many companies. I'm not sure about the universities, but there are many companies, government organizations, they are using RPA. All the banks you take, they are doing RPA. TNB doing RPA, Petronas doing RPA. Any other big organization you can think of doing RPA, Axiata or something like that. Everybody is doing RPA. So when you start your digital transformation journey, RPA is kind of like a must at the moment, because that improve the productivity and improve the quality of the work. So this is something that is everywhere being adopted, and gradually you will see it in the universities as well. There are many use case you can think of in universities, like checking your papers and all. I think last time I was having this discussion with the University Malaya, and they were asking the same thing about the use case. So they are the you can pretty much automate the paper creation, tracking progress for the student, and then assigning task to the student. This can be done by the robots. Anything that has a predefined logic and can be automated using RPA. I hope that you got the answer.
Yep, thank you, Sankar. We still have time until 4:55, 10 minutes for Q&A. Is there any other questions from the round? If there is none, then we have a post-event survey form that we would like to send to the students, participants, and lecturers later on after the meeting today. And feel free to drop us an email as well for those degree students who will be pursuing your internship next year to this email, utuniversityrelations.my team@ut.com. If there's nothing else, then we can end the meeting. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sankar.
Thanks everyone. Thanks Jasmine for arranging this, and thanks guys for joining. Hope you get some knowledge about the RPA, and feel free to reach out to us in case you have any more queries. Okay. Bye for now. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Yep. Have a good weekend,
Thank you,
everyone.
everyone.
Thank you. Thanks, Akmal.
Yes, me. Thank you, Sankar.
Thank you,
Have a
Miss
great
Wu.
weekend, everyone. Bye.
Goodbye.